Hey guys, welcome back. Trickster here, and back to, Fuck, I forgot the name of the game! Fuck. Lucid 9. I knew that. I was just testing you. Yeah, testing you. Yeah. I pull up this Cafe de la Pax on my phone and find that it's in the same street as GFC. Well, that makes this an easy walk, unless, of course, she's referring to the other Cafe de la Pax, which is the faraway border of District 8. Might as well try the closest one first. Shiguri doesn't seem like the type to go out of her way just to make me miserable. Or rather, she doesn't seem like the type to inconvenience herself. Yeah. There are cliques of academy students throughout the streets, girls immersed in superficial gossip and guys exchanging ridiculous stares. I pass by a handful of police officers on the way. They nod courteously, but there's a shadow to their evaluating gazes. I keep my stride long and my steps quick as I round the corner to the denoted rendezvous point. When I first see the place, I have to double check my phone to make sure I didn't take a wrong turn somewhere. By the quaint, lovely name, I was expecting some charming variation of the polished, established Buckstar coffee house. Instead, I met with the definition of a modest, chipped pane, dusty window, and swaying slightly with 3 broken letters. Maybe this is Siguri's way of extracting vengeance? I take a deep breath before I enter the cafe. Surprisingly, the place is really decent on the inside. Sophisticated and sleek, the array of elegant furniture is punctuated by this black grand piano along the far wall of the cafe. A delectable smell of butter and sugar drifts from the counter of the shop, where several intricate glasses display both rows of unique pastries reminiscent of a fairy tale world. Welcome, may I take your order? The cashier greets me with a smile, drawing me to the front counter. Wait a minute, isn't she Come to think of it, I've never seen where she goes after class is in. Of all people, it would be you. Consider your lucky day. Just give me your order. Heh, that situation is just too good to pass. Elizabeth, a cashier. Do enlighten me. Why was such a wealthy and proud young woman stoop to making lattes and washing dishes? Work experience, obviously. Every successful person comes from humble beginnings. I might believe her, but the way she burned her eyes is suspicious. So why? Why didn't your parents get you some cushy internship at your dream corporation? You know, some people want to earn their success instead of being spoon-fed by their parents. But being spoon-fed is so much easier. I've learned by now that comments like these will tick off Elizabeth more than actual insults. Sure enough, it works. You're insufferable. What's that? Should I complain to customer service about an abusive cashier? Just order already! As I lazily glance over the pastry displays, a flicker motion catches my eye. In the corner, it's always hanger Elizabeth, an ordinary student settled in the corner, elbows propped on her table, eyes glinting in amusement as she absently twirls a pencil between her fingers. Her back is slouched, her smile carefree, but there's something that seems a little odd about her. Her! Is she the killer? I'm assuming everyone's the killer. Elizabeth seems to notice my switch of attention and clears her throat. Are you going to order, or are you going to waste space like always? Oh, give me a moment, Beth. I glance at the book that's lying open, faced on her table. Advanced English Syntax and Grammatical Principles, version 3? That's the same book that I have for English. She has to be a third year, but in a different class. I tilted head slightly, eyebrows raised just barely. I get the impression that she's studying just as hard as I'm studying her. Who are you? Isn't it courteous to introduce yourself before you demand my identity? As your buddy Lizzie has probably told you, courteously, courtesy isn't my strong suit. Oh, then what is? Nothing. Just a bit of friendly advice, Beth, but you may want to watch your step around this one. What makes you say that? Why, he's just figured you out. It elicits of unusual reactions from Elizabeth, bitten lip, fiddling hands, and an anxious shift of the eyes. So odd, I don't recall giving her anything. Well, Yama, why don't you get back a little grace? Her eyes are twinkling at me challengingly, like she knows us. I don't know, but wants me to figure it out. Why would she do that? Why is she taking Elizabeth's side? Fine, I'll apologize, don't tell anyone. Well, now, I really have no clue what's going on, but I might as well go along with it. Yeah? Why shouldn't I? Seems to have lost the words, but I can't help but grin. You'll pay me? You know I can't. That catches me off guard, but thankfully I'm able to hide my expression just in time. Interesting, she can't pay. I can only mean she's not high-and-mighty, as she pretends to be. Maybe her spending is restricted by her parents, or maybe she's legitimately poor. This just gets better and better. So, is that big of a deal? Everyone finds out? Don't even think about it. Yep, definitely not the rich. perfect princess that everyone was led to believe she was. I'd say pretty pleased with the cherry on top. Pretty pleased with the cherry on top. As Megan goes, it's subpar, but I decided to let it go. I don't plan on making her life miserable. It's more of a power thing. With blackmail hanging over her head, she'll finally stop bothering me. I return from the counter to survey the pastry case. Elizabeth's shoulders drop in relief. The girl at the table loses interest and returns to fiddling with her pencil. You never did tell me your name. Am I obliged to? As you said, it's common courtesy. And when did I say I was courteous? She brushes her pencil into her bag and slings it over her shoulder, winking at Elizabeth. I'll see you later, Beth. And yeah, I'll play nice. She floats out of the cafe without another word, shutting the door softly behind her. Come to think of it, why does she know my name? She probably learned it from Elizabeth. Said Elizabeth rings my order, 3 pastries and a smoothie as I spend a few minutes pondering the strange girl. What's her name? Why do you want to know? Is it really that big of a deal? Lucy sighs in clear exasperation. Her name is Natsuki Tanaka. Now you can hit her. Congratulations. I lean over the countertop, face an inch from hers. What makes you think she's the one I want to hit on? Let's glance away, instinctively disturbed by my proximity. Right as I'm about to feel a rush of triumph, I can't just scent courtesy, country lavender, and a hint of vanilla. It's oddly magnetic. I'm suddenly bulldozed by a century onslaught. I can see the curl of her long lash, the gleam of her eyes, every perfectly tapered point of her hair, and a subtle curve of her lips. I stagger backward, fighting against the images in my head. I need to get a hold of myself. This is Elizabeth. She's always been pretty. Why let it mess with me now? In a shaky attempt to cover up my slip-up, I shove a bill forward. Keep the change. Elizabeth elegantly plugs the bill from my hand, and before I can process what's happening, she wraps her finger around my collar and pulling me forward. After a few painful seconds, she stays there, her lips an inch from my jawline. Keep what change? You didn't give me enough for the first place! She looks at me and I glance at the bill I handed over. Only 1,000 yen. Crap, she's right. I feel a blush right on my cheeks as I slide another bill to her. The corners of her mouth pull up just slightly. Careful. Wouldn't want everyone to know that you're actually poor, would you? Yeah. She genuinely mused by as she passes me my order and buzzes off to make my smoothie. I hate to admit it, but she doesn't look bad when she smiles. Get a grip, Yama. This is Elizabeth who hounded you all last year. And Elizabeth who keeps butting into things that aren't her business. The Elizabeth who believes that everything is in her control. That Elizabeth. Back to my senses, I select a butter croissant and throw the other 2 pastries in my backpack. There's not much to do. I follow Elizabeth to the blenders. Apparently she's recovered because her face seems to sit to his default disapproving scowl. What are you doing? Eating a croissant? Stop staring. You know, your workstation has windows for a reason. And that reason is not for you to stare at me like a pervert. What about an admiring fanboy? Blimey, you're insufferable. Can't help but chuckle at the tinge of English leaking through her accent. So are you actually from England? Why are you asking me all these questions? I'm bored and you're taking a long time to making my smoothie. Maybe I wouldn't take so long if you would stop distracting me. Maybe you need to learn how to actually focus. She heavily slams the lid down on the blender and starts it up. The roar of the machine blurs out the sounds between us. Oh dear me, I would like some tea and crumpets. Elizabeth still quiet in a clear annoyance. Tally ho, old sport. What say you to some fish and chips? The blender makes up speed until it begins to whine. The weather is positively ghastly today, is it not? And the blender stops. Elizabeth wordlessly pours the mixture into a cup, caps it, and hands it over the window. Firstly, I was born and raised in Japan, just like everyone else. Secondly, just because you're not bilingual does not mean you have to mock people who are. She tears the wrapper off the end of the strap and sticks it roughly in the smoothie. Have a nice day. Come again. With that, she strides into the back room, leaving me by myself. I actually feel uneasy as I settle into the corner. I expected Elizabeth to lash out at me, just like every other time. But she was calm, honest, even if clearly annoyed. Is her heritage a weak spot? Did I bring up something that should have been left alone? Furthermore, why am I letting it bother me? She's never shown any mercy, not on the days where I just wanted to be left alone. The days where life wasn't worth it. Shouldn't I do the same? As I bite into my croissant, I am hoping to distract myself with the stage the door of the cafe swings open. Shiguri storms in, the tiny manifestation of fury as she clutches her phone against her ear, barking into his mouthpiece. As I previously explicated, the situation now merits further scrutiny. Have you compile the information and analysis on the extractive methods. Your errant incompetence disgusts me. Trust that you shall be receiving a visitation from your supervising officer in the next 24 hours. Good day. She angrily shuts her phone and stuffs it in her pocket. Only then does her eyes land on me. Ah, Ishiyama. At last, someone with a manageable quantity of incompetence. Nice to see you too, I guess. Show me the receipt of your purchase. Purchase? For your pastries. I almost asked her why, but decided to shut up and give her the receipt. She promptly marches to the counter, taps her wallet against the card receiver, and marches back with 1,300 yen in change. She slides this to me beside the table with an expectant look. You need me to buy your coffee for you? This is a reimbursement. As your superior, I'm treating you to this meeting. Oh, thanks. I'm honestly surprised she came across the type of person to make me pay for both of us, actually. Now regarding tonight's mission. Mission? Indeed, one of my S9 colleagues mislaid a pivotal dossier within the 6th district of Isama. 6 out of 9 districts, also known as a district of drugs, gangs, and general mayhem, where little children ought not go. I think I know where this is heading. Your assignment is to retrieve it tonight. Yeah, saw that one coming. And why would I do that? The better inquiry is, what abhorrent consequences shall befall you if you do not? That stalls me for a moment, but I imagine meant to think of a plausible reply. Clearly nothing too terrible since you need me to get it for you instead of going yourself. Funnily enough, instead of lashing out at this remark, Shigure only seems impressed. Perhaps he'll pass after all. Pass? The dossier's whereabouts are currently being established. I shall contact you with additional instructions at a later time. Didn't even say I would do this. I doubt that availability is an issue. How does she know I'm not even going to ask? Not having a schedule conflict doesn't mean that I'll take it. Then consider it your municipal burden. But I never agreed to. Do you not wish to be something? To be someone extraordinary, to do something significant with your inconsequential existence? Then it is settled. Stay in touch. She abruptly tilts her cap, storms out of the cafe, leaving me stunned in silence. She is an interesting character. I return to my apartment feeling an unusual kinship with on-call military personnel. At this point, everything is peaceful and quiet to the point of boredom. But the more I wait, the antsier I get, like a ball of energy is tangled up inside me. I'd almost like to just go and get over with, but District 6 is huge. There's no way I could find it without at least some general guidelines. I'd be going into the sketchiest area of the city with no backup, no support, no health insurance. Heck, this is probably illegal for Shigure to do. Ah, whatever. It'll be interesting, and helpful, apparently. Since I have some free time right now, and maybe I should... Grover Mecker would be a nice break from today's insanity. I turned off the lights and settled back on my couch, fixing my eyes on the laptop screen. President J. Graves is sifting through paperwork on a cardboard desk. Behind him is the blurry backdrop of... Is that the White House? I squint and I can read the caption at the bottom of the right corner saying, "This background has been blurred due to copyright issues." He sifts through paperwork for a good 5 minutes, maybe more. It's not exciting to say the least. Crash. I'm just about to close the video out of boredom when the huge crash and his door explodes with a clearly fake explosion. Hailing in a group of 5 women? No, men? Each of them bears an open blazer in some eye-burning neon color, and atrocities for skinny jeans hiked up their hips. And their hair, long and silky to their shoulder, or awkward curls in a crown over their head, or messy waves that fall over their eyes until you wonder how they can see straight. President Graves calmly sets aside his stack of paperwork, folds his hands together, and evaluates the unusual group. "Can I help you, sirs?" The 5 strangers suddenly strike a dramatic pose. Hands on hips, pointed nowhere, fake karate stance, even miming a teapot. One of them steps forward, shaking his head like he's in a shampoo commercial. Words spew from his lips in rhythmic rap. "We are the group called Ko-Ox. If you want to live, then you better flee." Cokes? No, not Cokes. K-O-X-E. I'm the leader. Jinoch Minam. Bless you. No, that's my name. Jinoch Minam, the leader of Chaos. Suddenly, the members leap in front of him, crouching to the ground in another dramatic pose. The best band in the world has got. Hit us with your bestest shot. Dazzling fan service, plastic enhancers, and top-notch dancers. You're a K-pop boy band? Yes, we are a K-pop band, and we demand Teacher Akirima to increase our loyal fan base. Certainly not. Akrimians are free people. We will not let them become bound to you. The members suddenly jump in synchronization, pounding into the ground in some neo-interpretive dance move. When they stand again, they're singing in jazzy 5-part harmony. Oh, baby, no you didn't. Nothing can stand in our way. Ooh, baby, you gotta get with it. You're in for a world of pain. President Gritz falls to his knees, clutching his ears in agony. The singing, it's hypnotic! Grover, Mecker, mobilize! The backdrop, which has been wavering carelessly for a solid 5 minutes, tips over as the President's robot bursts into the scene, revealing a very ordinary-looking background. I'm not sure whether to be exasperated or impressed by the fact that none of the actors seem phased. Oh, you poor fool. It'll take more than that simple tool. Go, fangirls. Choose you. I choose you. Oh no! He flings out his arm and a huge crowd of preteen girls swarms from the off-screen, screaming and waving picket signs and surrounding the poor model robot. The robot, now that I get a close look, it seems like it was built from tin cans, collapses beneath their weight. No! What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Really? The President staggers to his feet, his mouth sets in a grimace. Give me liberty, or give me death! He reaches into his oversized suit and whips out an awkward contraption that looks like a bastard child and an electric guitar with a shotgun. He slams down the strings, taking his hair back and forth, which would have been more impressive if it wasn't cropped so close to his skull. The song sounds like American national anthem. The anthem was hard metal, that is. Oh, say, can you see my butter truckin' electric guitar? The members of K-pop quickly clamp their hands against their ears and raise their voices until they're screaming in 5-part harmony. Your eyes, your nose, your lips, your touch that once could touch us is hopeless now. They start throwing little containers of eyeliner at the President, who repels them with a scoop of his guitar. What? So proudly we hail as a Kotex is first screaming, sorry. You'll be proven. Wrong, wronger, wrongest baby. President Graves jerks to the end of his guitar, and a spray of poorly green-screened bullets flies towards Coax. One fluid motion, Genome reaches into his pocket and caps a small container of hair gel and wipes his hand around his bangs until his hair turns into a spike. With a swing of his head, the bullets bounce harmlessly off his hair lance. Upon the new hairstyle, President Graves staggers to his knees and the Kotex members jump in place. No, is this power of a viral video? With trembling fingers, he taps an electric guitar. Suddenly, Yahiko in his trusty blonde wig and pink dress materializes out of nowhere. Haters gonna hate. I'm just gonna shake. He starts spasming like a lunatic, emitting pulsing energy that flings Kotex into the sky. It looks so realistic that I find myself wondering if it actually happened during filming. No, it's blasting up again. To disappear with a convenient twinkle clearly added in post-production. President Grace pats Yahiko on the shoulder. Good job, Tater Miffid. Thank you. Akrime will sleep in peace. And the indie credits roll, a voice in the background proclaims that any resemblance to persons living or dead is purely coincidental. Yeah, sure. I lounge against the sofa and stare into the ceiling, flipping my phone idly in my hand. I should study, or cook, or clean, or do something productive. No sounds so painful. I'll just sit here for a moment. Sit here and do nothing. I suck. Gah! Yama Ishimoto. Yes, that's me. This is the address. I've apprehended directions that a toddler could follow. Rest in the knowledge that if you miraculously manage to lose your way, you'll possess an intellect inferior to a toddler. Or perhaps that is already the case. Should I just go now? It's not like I have anything better to do. And setting up early might give me some crucial information or something. Who knows? I throw on a jacket before I stride out the door, the cold night air cutting into my face. I'm going to save here, and I shall see you in the next one. This is very interesting. Y'all have a nice day. See you in the next one. Bye bye.